Welcome to my new segment Weekday with DAX. You are watching the first episode of this series, and in today's episode we are going to talk about date and time functions in DAX. So during this video I am going to cover 20 DAX functions related to date and time. So first we will talk about calendar and Calendarauto. After that we will talk about date, today and now. Then we will discuss about year, month, day, hour, minute and second. Then date difference and date value, EDate and end of date, time and time value, weekday, week number, and at last we will talk about year fraction. So now let's get started. For your practice, I have provided the sample data model file and the solution file here with this video. So just download the files using the links provided in the description box and practice each and every DAX expression with me by pausing the video. First, we will discuss about calendar and Calendarauto function. First, go to Modeling tab and click on New Table. The reason why I'm saying that click on New Table is here Calendar and Calendarauto both functions return the date values in form of table. That is why we need to click on this New Table option. So first we will click on New Table. So it will allow us to add the DAX expression. So now first talk about the calendar function. So I am giving the name as calendar table is equal to calendar. So when you just select this calendar, it shows us it will return a table with one column of all the date between start date and end date. So in calendar, first we need to provide the start date and second parameter as end date. So basically I want the calendar for 2019, let's say. So I will type here inside the start date function. So basically I am going to cover the date DAX expression as well. So inside it you need to type date. So in date there are three parameters: year, that is 2019, month, that is first, and day, that means first. Now I need January 1st to today's date calendar. So in second parameter I will type today. So actually today will return me the current date in datetime format. So I will type today. So basically inside calendar we have used another DAX function, that is date and today. So now press enter. Alright, so my calendar table has been created successfully, which has the date parameter. Now let's check the date values in the model. So we are getting the 1st January 2019 to my last date is today's date, that is the 1st of May 2019. So I am getting the date from start date, that is 1st January to 1st May. Alright, so this is the use of calendar table, alright, in which you need to pass start date and end date. This would be very useful in so many DAX expression, if you want to count some date relationship between the table, at that time this concept is very useful. Alright, and there are so many other uses. We will discuss more about it in my upcoming videos that are related different other DAX expression, time intelligence functions like MTD, YTD. At that time this calendar function is very useful to us. Alright, now let's talk about Calendarauto function. Alright, so Calendarauto also return us the value in the form of table. So similarly we need to click on the new table. I have order table in my database. Now in order table I have order date. I already put this order date column over here to find out what is the minimum date and what is the maximum date. So here I have July 4 2012 as minimum date and May 6 2014 as the latest date. So if I use the Calendarauto function, it will show me all the dates that is coming from 1st January 2012 to 31st December 2014. So let's create a Calendarauto function. Go to modeling and click on new table. Here Calendarauto. Now fiscal year and month is an optional column, so if we do not pass anything it will take automatically 12. So first we are not passing any value over here and just hit an enter. So this is something that is automatically has been created. Now let's put its value within the table. So I am dragging the date column 2 times and let's find out its minimum and maximum dates. So here you can see the model, the DAX expression automatically created our calendar table with the date 1st January 2012, because here July 4th was the earliest date, so that year's start date has been taken because it took 12 as a fiscal month automatically, and latest date is 31st December 2014. Now let's pass some parameters over here. Let's pass, let's say I want to pass parameter 3 over here, fiscal month, fiscal year and month. So let me just pass fiscal year and month parameter as 3. So now let's see what is the output now. So if I pass this thing, you can see here my end date is converted to 31st of March 2015 and start date changed accordingly, that is April 1st 2012. So basically the year range and date range has been set based on this fiscal year and month. So hope you clear about this calendar auto function. Now let's talk about some other functions. Alright, so let's talk about the date function. So date function we already cover here. So basically it just took a year, month and day parameter and it will return us the date in that format. So basically if I create a column with a date function, let's see what is the out date. Alright, is equal to date function I want to create. So let's see if I pass 2019, 1 and 15, what is the output? So basically it will give me, okay, date demo. So it will give me the 15th January 2019 date in my model. So let's see the output. So here is my output, that is 15th January 2019. Alright, now let's talk about the today's function. So if I create a new column today, what is the output? Today demo is equal to today. Basically it will give me the today's date over here. Alright, now let's talk about the now function. So let me just create a new column, that is now is equal to now. So basically this function will return me today's date and time. So it will return me 1st May 6:49 43:60 43 second AM. So this is the now function. Now let's talk about the year column. So basically year column will return us the year value from the date function. So basically let me just type year is equal to year. In IntelliSense we need to pass the date column. So in my case order date is a date column, so I am passing order date. Alright, so it will return me the year from the date function. Alright, so here the date is July 4, 2012, so it will return me the year as 2012. Alright, similarly for the all the date it will return the year correspondingly. Now let's talk about the month function. Month is equal to month. We will pass order date column over here. Here is an output. July is the month, so it has written July. Here in the case August is the month, so it has written me the August 8 as a month number. Alright, now let's create day column. So let's create day number is equal to day function. So basically it will return a number from 1 to 31 representing the date of the month. So we will pass the order date over here, and here is an output. My date is 4th, 5th, 8th, 9th, 10, 11. So based on it, it has written me the corresponding date to the date column. Alright, now let's talk about hour, minute and second. So basically let's click on the new column, hour. For that we will use hour function. So basically it will return the hour as a number from 0 to 23. So 0 is considered as a 12 am and 23 is considered as a 11 pm. So in my case I am going to use now column, that is my already date time column. So now, so it will return me hour as 6, because in my case the time is 6:54:19 am. So hour is 6, so it will return me 6 over here. Now similar way, let's create a minute. In this case 54 is a minute, so it will return me 54 over here. And at last let's talk about the second. So from my date column 31 was a second, so it has returned me 31 as a second. Alright, okay, so till now we have completed 11 DAX expression that were very simple. Now let's talk about some another DAX expression, that is date difference and date value. So now let's talk about the date difference column. So first of all, let's talk about its syntax. So basically in date difference we need to pass two date parameters and interval. Interval can be anything. It is in form of day, hour, minute, month, quarter, second, week or year. Alright, so now let's talk the practical scenario. For an example, this is my order date and this is today's date. Now I want to find out the difference between order date and today's date. So basically using this date difference I can easily find out that difference. So let's say in your practical scenario you have the birth date of a person and you want to find his or her age at that time. This function is very useful to you. So let's say I want to find out the difference between my order date column and my to date column, that is my now column. So I will pass those two columns name over here, and now I want to find out the difference in the form of year. So I will pass the interval as a year from the IntelliSense and complete the bracket and hit an enter. So now here is an output. This is the year 2012 and today is 2019 year. So there is a 7 years of difference in between these two dates. Now in case I want to find out the difference in the form of day, so I will just change the interval as a day and hit an enter. So it will show me the date difference in form of days, that is this one 2492. So based on our requirement you can select the interval from here and you can get the appropriate result. So basically date difference is a function which is used to find out the difference between start date and end date from your table. Alright, now let's talk about the date value function. So basically date value function is used to convert a date in form of text to date. So in some situation, let's say I have a date like uh, July 18, 2019 in kind of string value, and I want to convert that string value in the date format. So in that time I can utilize this date value function. So if I press an enter to this date value, ultimately it will return me the date in the form of time function. So if you look at this thing, it automatically created this string value in this date time format. So this is how we can utilize this date value function. So sometime what happen is in your DAX expression, let's say you are using some complex DAX expression like MTD, YTD, in some of your column is in form of text. Let's say from the database it doesn't detected the data type, and your date is in the form of the text and you want to convert it to proper date time format. So at that time you can utilize this date value function effectively to convert that date value into date time function. Now let's talk about the EDate function. So basically EDate function is generally used to find out the maturity date of any of the date. Let's say for an example, my order date is July 4th 2012, and I want to find out the maturity date after 1 month or 2 months. So at that time I can use EDate function over there. So let's check out the syntax of EDate. So basically it returns the date that is indicated the number of month before or after the start date. So let's say this is my order date and I want my maturity date after 2 months of this order date. So basically I need to pass the start date. So in my case the start date is order date, and I want 2 months after, so I will pass 2 over here. So basically here we must need to pass the month number in the form of the integer format. So basically it will show me the 2 months later date for this order date. So let's press and enter, and here you can see July 4th was my order date. So after 2 months, August and September 4th is my maturity date. Alright, so basically EDate will return you the end date which is before or after to the start date. And now let's talk about the EOMonth function. So basically EOMonth function returns the date in datetime format of the last day of the month before or after a specified number of months. So basically it is similar to EODate. Let's say here in my case this is my order date. Alright, and if I type here 2 month over here, so here as the name suggests end of the month. So if I hit the enter, let's see the output first and then I will explain you. Alright, so let's see, in my case here July 4th is my order date. Now after 2 months, what date I will get? I will get September 4th 2012, but this is the end of the month. So instead of returning 4th of September, it will return me end date of that September month. So here end date of September is 30 September. So it has returned me 30 September 2012. So basically it will return us the end date of that particular month. Alright, now let's talk about time function. So let me just create a new column. So time function is similar like a date function. Here in this case we will need to pass hour, minute and second. So let's say I want to pass hour as I want to show 8 p.m. time, so I will pass hours in the form of 20. Now 45, and I want to pass 37 as a second, so I will pass this thing over here, and it will display me the time with the default date appended over here with the AMPM function. Alright, so this was the time function. Now let's talk about the time value function. So time value is similar to a date value function which convert your text format time into date and time format. So time value, let's say if I pass the value as let's say I am passing 9 p.m. so it shows us the time in the form of the proper date time format. Alright, so now let's talk about the weekday function. So basically weekday return us the number from 1 to 7 by identifying the day of the week of a date. So let's say if I pass the weekday in, let's say my today's date is 1st of May 2019. So currently I am passing now as my date value. Now 1, so it will consider Sunday as 1 and Saturday as 7 if I pass the return type as 1. If I pass the 2 as a return type, it will consider Monday as 1 and Sunday as 7. And if I pass 3, it will consider Monday as 0 and Sunday as 6. So let's pass 1 over here. So Sunday is considered as a 1. So of course Wednesday is considered as a 4 over here. And let's check the output. And here we are. So 1st of May is the 4th day of the week. So it returned me 4. Now if I change the parameter value as a 2, what will happen? It will give me the value as 3 over here because Monday is considered as a 1. So Wednesday will be 3. Now let's pass the parameter as 3. So in this case Monday is considered as a 0 and Sunday is considered as a 6. So I'm getting the value 2 because Monday is 0, Tuesday 1 and Wednesday will be 2. Now let's talk about the week number function. So basically this is the syntax for the week number in which you need to pass the date and its return type. Return type is something that, if you pass the 1, it will consider your week begin from the Sunday, and if you pass 2, it will consider your week begins from the Monday. So in this case I'm passing my date as a now column and I am passing 1. So let's see, I'm getting my week number. Now let's talk about some other thing. Let's say if I pass my date let's say 5th of May 2019, what would be the week number? Let's talk about that thing. So instead of passing this particular column, let me pass out this date as year 2019, 5th and 5th. What would be the output? So 5th of May is giving me an output 19 as a week number. Alright, now I am changing this return type. Now I want to start my week begins from the Monday. Then my week number value should be changed and it should be 18, and here is an output. So let's say 5th of May was Sunday. Alright, so if my week begins from the Sunday, then its value should be 19, and if my week begins from the Monday, my week should be the 18. Alright, hope you get a clear idea about it. Alright, okay. Alright, now let's talk about the year fraction. So basically year fraction returns the year fraction representing the number of whole days between the start date and end date. Let's first talk about its syntax. So basically in the syntax you need to pass the start date, then end date and the basis. So basis is something that are a different out of the box calculations provided by this DAX expression. So it is either 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So its calculation is already defined over here. Let's say if we do not pass anything, it will consider 0 by default, that is US NASD format, that is 30 divided by 60. So let's see, in my case, if I want to pass something like year fraction. Alright, so year fraction. So January, my start date is January 1st 2007 and my end date would be January 5th 2007. Now I want to pass the basis as 0. Then what will happen? So it is the difference between, you can see here, 30 divided by 360. Alright, so first of all what it will do is, let me just open my calc first. So difference between January 1st and January 5th is 4 days. Alright, so if I type 4 divided by 360, because in this, as per this formula, zeros parameter, it is considered as a 360. So my output should be something like this, 0.011111, something like this. So now let's check its value. I am passing 0 as a value. So you can see here the output is 0.011111. Alright, now let's pass the another parameter, that is 1. Now what this formula is, actual versus actual. Alright, so in this 2007 year there are 365 days. Alright, so my output should be something like, the date difference is 4 divided by 365, so it is something like this. Alright, so here is an output 0.01095. Alright, okay, now let's talk about the second parameter, that is 2. Its formula is actual divided by 360. So according to it, 4 divided by 360, that is 0.0111. Alright, so here is an output. Now let me pass the value as a 3. So if you can see here, 3, what is the formula for 3? It is actual divided by 365. So my date here is 4 divided by 365. So it is something like this, 0.01095. Alright, okay, now let's pass the last parameter, that is European 30 divided by 360. So it will return me 4 divided by 360, that is 0.0111. Alright, so basically this is all about this year fraction expression. Alright, hope you get the clear idea about it. Thank you. If you have any question related to this video, you can email us at dhruvinsha16@gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp me on +91 9537981467. If you really like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to receive the constant notification from our channel. If you want to receive a daily WhatsApp notification from my channel, just click on this icon. It will redirect you to this form. Fill the form so that you will receive the daily notification on WhatsApp. Stay connected with me on my Facebook page, LinkedIn and Twitter. The links are available in the description box.